Imagine a creature so resilient it can survive in the vacuum of space, endure temperatures near absolute zero, withstand radiation levels that would kill humans instantly, and remain dormant for decades before returning to life. What you are about to discover is the story of Earth's most indestructible organism, a microscopic animal that has survived every mass extinction event and could potentially outlive humanity itself by millions of years. In laboratories around the world, scientists peer through powerful microscopes at tiny eight-legged creatures that look like miniature bears, organisms that possess biological capabilities so extraordinary they seem to belong in science fiction. This is the remarkable tale of tardigrades, also known as water bears or moss piglets, microscopic animals that have rewritten our understanding of biological limits and raised profound questions about the nature of life, death, and survival. These creatures measure less than 1 millimeter in length, barely visible to the naked eye, yet they possess abilities that make them virtually indestructible, capable of surviving conditions that would annihilate nearly every other form of life on Earth. Tardigrades were first discovered in 1773 by German zoologist Johann August Ephraim Gez, who observed them in water samples and described them as little water bears due to their lumbering, bear-like gait under microscopic observation. The name tardigrade, meaning slow walker in Latin, was coined by Italian biologist Lazzaro Spallanzani in 1776, who was fascinated by these creatures and conducted the first experiments on their remarkable ability to survive desiccation. For over 200 years, tardigrades remained a curiosity known primarily to microscope enthusiasts and biologists, their true extraordinary nature not fully appreciated until modern scientific techniques revealed their incredible capabilities. These creatures inhabit nearly every environment on Earth, from the deepest ocean trenches to the highest mountain peaks, from tropical rainforests to Antarctic ice, from desert sand to urban city gutters. They thrive in moss, lichen, leaf litter, soil, fresh water, and marine environments, with scientists estimating that over 1,300 species exist worldwide, each adapted to specific ecological niches. If these stories of nature's most extreme survivors fascinate you, subscribe to Hidden Minds and activate the notification bell to discover more extraordinary biological mysteries and overlooked scientific wonders. Visit the link in the description for scientific studies, microscopy images, and additional resources about tardigrades and other remarkable organisms that challenge our understanding of life. What makes tardigrades truly exceptional is not where they live but what they can survive, capabilities that seem to defy the fundamental requirements of biological existence. When environmental conditions become hostile, tardigrades enter a state called cryptobiosis, essentially shutting down all metabolic processes and becoming a dehydrated husk called a ton, where they can remain for decades. In this cryptobiotic state, tardigrades can survive being heated to 300 degrees Celsius, just 20 degrees below water's boiling point, temperatures that would instantly cook the proteins in any normal organism. They can also endure being cooled to minus 272 degrees Celsius, almost absolute zero, where molecular motion nearly ceases and biological processes should be completely impossible. Tardigrades have survived pressure experiments at 75,000 atmospheres, equivalent to being crushed under 600 times the pressure found in the deepest ocean trenches, conditions that would pulverize human bodies. Perhaps most astonishingly, tardigrades can withstand ionizing radiation doses of 5,000 to 6,000 grays, while just 5 to 10 grays would kill a human, and even higher doses exceeding levels found anywhere naturally on Earth. In 2007, the European Space Agency conducted an experiment called Tardigrades in Space, launching specimens aboard a satellite and exposing them to the vacuum of space, cosmic radiation, and solar ultraviolet radiation simultaneously for 10 days. When the tardigrades returned to Earth and were rehydrated, most survived and even reproduced normally, making them the first animals known to survive direct exposure to the space environment. This experiment proved that life, at least in the form of tardigrades, can survive conditions previously thought to be absolutely incompatible with any biological organism, fundamentally changing how scientists think about life's resilience. The mechanism behind tardigrade survival involves replacing almost all water in their cells with a sugar called trehalose, which forms a glass-like substance that protects cellular structures during extreme dehydration. Additionally, tardigrades produce unique proteins called tardigrade-specific intrinsically disordered proteins that form protective shields around DNA and other vital molecules, preventing damage from radiation and extreme conditions. Recent genetic studies have revealed that tardigrades possess an unusually large number of genes related to stress resistance, including some that appear to have been acquired through horizontal gene transfer from bacteria, archaea, and even plants. This genetic borrowing from other organisms suggests that tardigrades have been collecting survival mechanisms for hundreds of millions of years, essentially becoming biological repositories of the most effective stress resistance strategies evolution has produced. Scientists estimate that tardigrades first evolved during the Cambrian period, over 500 million years ago, making them ancient creatures that have survived every mass extinction event in Earth's history. They lived through the Permian extinction that killed 96% of marine species, the asteroid impact that ended the dinosaurs, ice ages, volcanic supereruptions, and countless other catastrophes that eliminated most life on Earth. This extraordinary survival record raises profound questions about whether tardigrades represent the ultimate endpoint of evolutionary adaptation for survival, organisms so perfectly designed for resilience that they might persist until the sun dies. In laboratory experiments, tardigrades have been revived after spending decades in cryptobiosis, with one documented case of revival after 30 years of complete metabolic suspension in a frozen state. Some researchers suggest that tardigrades in ancient ice cores or fossilized amber might potentially be revived after thousands or even millions of years, though this remains highly speculative and unproven. The implications of tardigrade biology extend far beyond pure scientific curiosity, offering potential applications in medicine, space exploration, and preservation technology. Pharmaceutical researchers are studying tardigrade proteins to develop better methods for preserving vaccines, blood, and organs for transplantation, potentially eliminating the need for constant refrigeration. Space agencies including NASA and ESA are investigating whether tardigrade genes could be incorporated into crops or even humans to improve survival in space environments during long-duration missions to Mars or beyond. The ethical implications of such genetic modifications are controversial, but the potential to enhance human resilience to radiation and extreme conditions makes tardigrade biology highly relevant to future space colonization. Tardigrades have even been sent to the moon, though not intentionally, when an Israeli spacecraft carrying thousands of dehydrated tardigrades crashed on the lunar surface in 2019. Scientists believe some of these tardigrades likely survived the impact in their cryptobiotic state and could theoretically remain viable on the moon for years, potentially being revived if future missions recover them and provide water. This accidental contamination raised important questions about planetary protection and the possibility that tardigrades might represent an unexpected mechanism for cross-contamination between celestial bodies. The discovery that tardigrades can survive in space has also influenced the debate about panspermia, the theory that life could spread between planets or even star systems via meteorite impacts. While tardigrades couldn't survive the heat of atmospheric entry or the long voyage through interstellar space, their resilience demonstrates that life's tolerance for extreme conditions far exceeds previous assumptions. Studying tardigrades has revealed fundamental insights into how cells protect themselves from damage, how organisms balance metabolic needs with environmental challenges, and how evolution can produce solutions to problems that seem biologically impossible. The proteins that protect tardigrade DNA from radiation are being studied for potential use in protecting astronauts, preserving genetic samples, and even developing more radiation-resistant electronics for space applications. Tardigrade research has also contributed to cryobiology, the science of preserving biological materials at very low temperatures, with insights that could improve techniques for freezing embryos, stem cells, and tissue samples. What makes tardigrades particularly valuable for research is that they're relatively easy to culture in laboratories, reproduce quickly, and their transparent bodies allow scientists to observe internal processes under microscopes. Their complete genome has been sequenced for multiple species, revealing approximately 17,000 genes, including many unique sequences not found in any other known organism on Earth. Comparative genomics studies show that tardigrades are related to arthropods and nematodes, sharing a common ancestor approximately 600 million years ago, but have evolved dramatically different strategies for survival. The tardigrade nervous system, despite their tiny size, is surprisingly complex with a brain consisting of numerous neurons organized into distinct regions that control their locomotion, feeding, and environmental responses. They feed primarily on plant cells, algae, and small invertebrates by piercing them with sharp stylets and sucking out the contents, a feeding strategy that requires remarkable precision given their microscopic size. Tardigrade reproduction can occur sexually or through parthenogenesis where females produce offspring without males, another adaptation that increases survival chances when populations are scattered or environments harsh. The eggs of some tardigrade species are incredibly beautiful when viewed under microscopes, covered with intricate geometric patterns and spines that look like elaborate architectural structures. These eggs can also enter cryptobiosis, meaning tardigrade survival strategies operate across multiple life stages, ensuring species persistence even when conditions repeatedly alternate between favorable and catastrophic. Citizen scientists have contributed significantly to tardigrade research by collecting samples from their local environments and sending them to researchers, leading to the discovery of new species and expanding knowledge of their geographical distribution. The popularity of tardigrades has grown dramatically in recent years, with these microscopic creatures appearing in educational programs, documentaries, and even popular culture as symbols of resilience and survival. This public fascination has helped generate funding for research and inspired new generations of scientists to study these remarkable organisms and the biological mechanisms that make them virtually indestructible. Yet despite decades of research, fundamental questions remain about tardigrade biology, including exactly how their unique proteins work at a molecular level and whether there are absolute limits to what they can survive. Scientists continue discovering new tardigrade capabilities, with recent research suggesting they might even possess mechanisms to repair massive DNA damage that would be lethal to other organisms. The question of whether tardigrades feel pain or possess consciousness remains unanswered, though their simple nervous system suggests their subjective experience, if any, differs dramatically from that of complex animals. Some researchers have proposed that tardigrades represent a glimpse into what truly alien life might be like, organisms whose biology is so different from typical animals that they challenge our definitions of what life can be. If we ever discover life on Mars, Europa, or distant exoplanets, it might resemble tardigrades more than familiar Earth animals, possessing extreme resilience rather than complexity as its defining characteristic. The story of tardigrades reminds us that life's diversity extends far beyond what's visible to the naked eye, that microscopic organisms can possess capabilities that dwarf those of supposedly superior larger creatures. These tiny water bears, overlooked for centuries, have proven to be nature's ultimate survivors, organisms that might witness the end of human civilization and persist for eons after our species disappears. In their microscopic bodies lies biological technology more sophisticated than anything humans have engineered, survival mechanisms refined over hundreds of millions of years that we're only beginning to understand. The mystery of tardigrades continues to unfold as each research breakthrough reveals new questions, new capabilities, and new insights into what life can achieve when evolution optimizes for one supreme goal: survival.